Welcome to a special edition of On the Positive Side. I'm ZaLonya Allen and I'll be your guest host today. Today our focus will be profiles in youth achievement. Now periodically on the show we feature dynamic young people who are doing great things in life. And today's show is extra special because the young man we're profiling happens to be my cousin. On location from suburban Los Angeles, California, I'll be speaking with one of the entertainment industry's newest rising stars, singer, songwriter, producer, actor, and model, Beau Dozier. Now, Beau took a few minutes to talk to me from his recording studio about some of the things that he's doing with his career, particularly in music. And during the show, you'll get an opportunity to hear some of the incredible music that he has created. So just sit back and stay tuned as we bring you this very inspiring profile in youth achievement. Okay, first I want to start by talking about your music career. What age did you get started in music?
I've been doing music for my whole life. I was a little kid, 2 years old, maybe playing the piano, taking my father's hands off the piano when he played. Pick up drumsticks, play the drums and stuff. Kind of just like self-taught in a way, you know. I was around the studio a lot, so.
Okay, that is a really young age to start in music. So what made you get involved in music at such a young age?
I don't know. I guess it was, I don't even really know. It was around. I liked it, and then I understood it too. I started making my own little songs when I was 4. Like, they were kind of garbage, but, you know, elementary. But, yeah, it was just around, and then it just became sort of like an outlet. It was like, I didn't really play with toys too much. I played with Legos.
Okay.
But I had a little tiny piano and a little keyboard and a little drum set, and that was just, it was what I liked to do.
Okay, and what kind of music do you write and produce now?
I write a lot of different type of music. Most of the stuff that's been out that I've done is has been some rap music and R&B music. But I write alternative music, pop music, ballads, just a wide spectrum of different types of stuff.
Okay, is there one that you enjoy doing more than the other?
Not particularly. It all depends what kind of mood I'm in. Like if I have a problem with, you know, like a girlfriend or something or whatever, I'll come in here and make a sad, sappy little ballad song or whatever. and if I'm mad at somebody or if I have an altercation with somebody, then maybe I'll come in here and do a rap song. Like, it all depends. I love it all. You know, it's just to escape. You know.
Okay. Do you find that being a musician makes you more popular with females?
I don't know. I'd like to say no. I don't know though. I do see a change in people's behavior when they hear stuff on the radio and they're like, "Oh, Beau, I heard you on the radio," like, or they see me in some video or something and they're like, "Oh, yeah, we saw you in the video." Like, I haven't talked to you for a couple of years, you know. Like, "Oh, you saw me in the video." "Yeah, what are you doing?" But the people that I hang around with mostly are other singers and songwriters who are also in the game too. So it's like the people in my circle, they're not tripping on that. They're just, you know, we're all in the same place trying to do the same stuff. So it's cool.
Okay, one interesting point is your father is a legendary songwriter, producer, writer, Lamont Dozier from the songwriting team Holland Dozier Holland.
Yeah.
How has that influenced your music career?
Well, I mean, my father and them, they were responsible for, you know, hundreds of hits, you know, like basically to me, like the whole sound of like the 60s, they started a new generation of music, like a new style to me, you know, and I think I look up to that. It's hard to follow behind that though, so there's a little bit of pressure. It's like almost I have to do double that, you know. That's why I think I do all the different kinds of music. I'm trying to like touch every single, you know, aspect that I can. Because
now, is that pressure that you're putting on yourself, or? Does your father pressure you to do music?
No, my father, he never even. The funny thing, he never was like, you should do this and you should do that. Da 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 da. He'll come in the room. I like to have him come in the room when I'm done with something. Like, do you like this? And he's like, yeah, yeah. Da 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 da. But he's never ever been. He never told me I had to do anything except graduate from high school and get into college and, you know, basic stuff like that. But. Okay. He's never ever applied any pressure about that. But it's just hard to follow behind that, you know. But it's good because when I walk in somewhere to do a job, I have an interview with somebody to do some tracks for somebody or do some writing for somebody. It's not like it's Joe Schmo. It's like, oh, that's Lamont Dozier's son. Oh, okay. Well, you know, it makes it easier to get in places. But then at the same time, I have to be able to perform to that level too, you know, and. So it's kind of nerve-wracking, but I believe in myself enough. I think I can pull it off.
Now, you mentioned that there are advantages to having him as your father because people say, oh, that's Lamont Dozier's son. Yeah. But there probably are some disadvantages as well because a lot of young people are taken advantage of in the music industry that's because they want that first big contract and they'll sign a bad deal. Yeah. So how has that aspect affected you?
Well, it's kind of been good and kind of bad. See, if people get desperate enough, they're gonna sign anything just to get out there. I know a lot of cats now that are like, man, I can't believe that I signed this thing. You know, I'm stuck. I have to do 4 albums for this company, and I mean, my father, he's looked out for me like that. But at the same time, I make like 2 songs a day, so it's like, and when I do songs. Well, in the rap field, like rap music gets outdated after a few months. So it's like you have to keep changing with the times. So it's like I wanted to be out there. So I'm like, oh, let me just sign this thing real quick and just do this 1 album or something. And they're like, no, you're gonna get held up. You're gonna lose all this money. I'm like, well, sometimes you have to lose to win. But then people they don't even want to they won't even offer me anything like that because they know my father has been through it and I guess they know that I wouldn't go for it. Right. So sometimes it's like, because that's what they're looking for right now. They're looking for people that they can go, okay, yeah, we have this new little kid. Let's sign to this little garbage deal, and
Now you mentioned that rap music gets old fast. Yeah. So you have to create a lot, then I would imagine. Yeah. So where do your ideas come from to continue to produce new material?
I think a lot of the stuff that I rap about, it's just stuff that I do in my life, things that I go through, things that are going on around me, current events, it's mostly like the production of it changes up a little bit, and every year or so, then there's some new style, but I stick to the same thing. Okay. It's usually just stuff in my life or people I'm involved with.
Beau demonstrates unique versatility with an ability to produce a variety of music, including both hip-hop and R&B.
Hey baby, it's been a while since I've held you in my arms. It's been a while since I've kissed you all night long. And every time I see you smile, I forget about the harm it can do to me to see you try. Because you're on his arm, oh, why the hell I had to feel this way for someone I'm not supposed to? I can't approach you, I'm not supposed to. Every time I take you out, but girl I love you. So I'm trying to work this out. I'm thinking of every time you're gone, your man ain't knowing what's been going on. My love is major, you're not allowed to see. I feel the danger every time that you're with me. I try to fight it, it's just too strong. Your man ain't knowing what's been going on.
Check it out. Lil Beau. Right back at you. Yeah.
Welcome back. If you've just joined us, I'm talking with singer, songwriter, and producer Beau Dozier, and I wanted to get his views on all the sampling that's going on in the music industry today. I noticed in the rap industry there is a lot of sampling going on right now where artists take old material from, say, Motown and they lay their own tracks over that music. How do you feel about sampling, and how important do you think it is to be original and create new material?
Well, sometimes, I mean, I like sampling sometimes. If there's something that's really tight and I listen to it and I go, wow, that's a tight little, it's 2 bars or 4 bars, that's tight. Like, I mean, we can mix that up, we can freak that, and we can put some stuff on it, so it's cool. But then again, when you have original stuff, your opportunities are endless, because when you sample, you have to give up. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have to give up some of the publishing and some of the money. Sometimes you might sample a great song and it's tight, and you mix it and everything's sounding lovely, and then you take it to clearance and they're like, oh, sorry, no, can't clear it. And then you're done. The song's over. You don't have the song anymore. You wasted some time. But I don't know. I mean, that happened with us on Badass's other album. We did a song called The Last Time, and we sampled this girl, Annie DeFranco, and it was kind of hard to clear the sample, but we ended up getting permission to clear it, and we gave her 25% of the publishing, which, I mean, it was cool because the song was good, but it's a problem sometimes. Sometimes people don't want to let it go. Okay.
Now, at your age, 19, it has to be difficult. The music industry, a lot of people don't realize that it's a business. Perhaps if you're young and you want to get into it, you're just thinking about the singing aspect and the creative aspect, but there's a lot of business that goes into it as well. How do you manage that? Who's managing your career? Are you doing it yourself?
Well, my mother manages my career. My father looks over my career, and then I have a team of just lawyers when it comes down to contracts. I don't have anything to do with as far as paperwork is concerned. And it's always better not to, because you might have friends that are doing stuff. You end up making friends with people that you work with. I've been working with kids for 3-4 years, and you end up making friends, but then when the paperwork has to be done, then it turns into business, and it's like you and your friend can't do business. It's like a conflict of interest. It's like if I was going to sign to my father's label or something, and then he was going to be my manager at the same time. Like, it doesn't work. You can't negotiate with yourself.
Right.
So I have my mother watching over me.
Who's your mother?
Barbara Dozier.
Okay. And I understand she also manages your dad's career.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's making it happen. She's keeping everything stable, under control. She's stressed out, but, she does her thing. She makes everything perfect for us. Okay, great.
At this point, I want to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to hear some of Beau's music. We'll actually get a chance to see him live in his studio doing some of his work.
Maybe it all started when tuition came due for your son, that you paid for with the loan that you took out just before it was time to pay income taxes. That's often how financial trouble begins, one bill at a time, until you feel like you'll never be able to get out of the red. But you can take control again by calling 1-800-388-2227 for the Consumer Credit Counseling Service nearest you. This message is brought to you by Citibank and the National Foundation for Consumer Credit.
If you have questions or comments, call the Positive Info line at 248-559-7630. We'd love to hear from you. And remember, stay positive. During the next segment, I asked Beau about rap music's influence on our nation's young people. A lot of people in the media, politicians have said that rap has a negative influence on young people. Some have even said there have been teenagers who listened to rap music before they actually went out and did something negative, like shoot someone. What is your feeling on that?
I mean, I think it's I think everything has a little bit of positivity and negativity to it. I mean, you have stuff on TV and these horror movies, and you have heavy metal, you know, Satan worshiping and all this stuff, you know. I mean, there's positive rap music, there's some negative rap music, there's positive and negative everything, but I don't think the rap music is any more negative than, you know, television or the news.
Okay, so you don't buy into the argument that rap music causes young people to do negative things?
I've never ever heard a rap song say, hey kid, go out and do this, or go do that. I mean, if you listen to something and you go out and decide to do it, then that's your own stupidity, your own ignorance, you know.
Okay. And there have been politicians who, it seems like they're trying to advocate censorship. How do you feel about censorship?
Well, I think people should say whatever they want to say, but, you know, if you don't like it, then don't buy it, don't listen to it,
Okay.
you know. And as far as the children go, that's one thing, you know. Children can just go into a record store and buy whatever they want, but hey, like, it's not the artist's fault. You have to have a, you know, better control over your children, you know. You don't let them go and buy it. So monitor what your children are doing. Don't just let them go and buy it and then blame it on the people that are making the music, you know, because 1 out of every 9 people is going to do something stupid after listening to a rap song or whatever, you know.
Okay, and what I'm getting out of that is you're saying that parents should be role models as opposed to letting artists or athletes be role models.
We're just here to do what we like to do, how we express ourselves. I mean, it would be nice if people could look up to us, but you know, that's, your parents are supposed to be there. That's their job. I mean, that's what my parents have been to me, you know.
Well, who are some of the artists that you listen to that have influenced your career?
Wow, there's so many. I guess I like a lot of oldies. I like the Stylistics, the Gap Band.
Wow, you're going way back.
Yeah, I love it all. The Four Tops, Temptations, Supremes. I love Hall and Notes.
Oh, okay.
All that stuff. I like everything.
Now, how did you get a hold to some of that music, like the Stylistics? Is that something your dad listens to?
My dad listens to the wave mostly. Like, you know, he listens to jazz music. I like jazz. I like Miles and everything. I don't know. I hear it on the radio, all these shows, whatever. I just picked it up. I don't know where it came in and just.
Okay.
You know, music is music. I like the music from back then a whole lot more there because you can really tell, like, the artist they're really feeling that,
right.
You know, like.
Real talent.
I forget what this one song is. It was on this compilation CD of old songs. And it sounded like this man was crying on this record. I mean, he's not crying, but the way that he was singing it just brought tears to my eyes. I was like, wow, you can tell he's really feeling that. Whereas nowadays, it's just like this sex you up, or I want to sneak through my window type of song, you know, or, I mean, the emotion isn't there. Like, I mean, today's artists, they're great, they can sing their behind off, but you can't really feel that intensity as, I don't know, back then they were really into it. You could tell that.
And that's funny you mention that because I had an opportunity to listen to a lot of your rap songs as well as the slower ballads. And I got that feeling that you were really into it and you sung with passion and emotion. And actually, one of the songs that you sung about breaking up with someone brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah, I had a little nasty breakup.
At your young age?
I was, I guess it was a first love. Like, people always say they're in love and then, like, they get over and they go, oh, it wasn't love, it was this. So I mean, as far as I know, it was love, but it didn't work out, and we went our separate ways, and haven't seen each other in years, haven't spoken. So it's like, I guess I'm still like getting over that situation, but yeah, a lot of good music came out of that situation. That's all.
I see.
I learned a lot, but yeah, it was painful. I thought I was gonna spend the rest of my life with somebody, and then it just ended up not being.
It seems like you're just really too young to commit. That's just my personal opinion. One of the things that I've been I guess you could say, fighting for is to get more positive images of young people in the media. I'm young myself. I'm out there trying to do things, but I find that people are surprised sometimes when they meet me because they have certain expectations and they stereotype young people, particularly young people who are minorities. What has kept you, I guess, on that straight and narrow path to stay positive and do positive things with your life as opposed to doing the negative things?
Well, I have beautiful people around me who are just the best people in the world. My parents, my brother, my sister, my friends, my peers, people I work with, and I have goals. You know, I wanna be somewhere real far. You know, when I die, I want to be remembered. I want my children's children, you know, to be like, yeah, that was my great-great-grandfather. Oh, they still talk about him, that guy, Lamont Dozier, you know.
Okay.
And I have God.
Oh, that's great.
That's all that I need.
So are you really religious or more spiritual?
I'm more spiritual. I don't make it to church as often as I should, but I have an everyday relationship with God. You know, God's there. We have conversations. We go out to dinner and stuff.
That's great. I think that's very important. I'm very spiritual myself. What advice as a young person that is doing positive things and is able to stay away from negative things like the gang banging and the drugs, what advice would you give to other young people your age, say 18, 19, who have a problem staying away from these negative influences and all this temptation that's out there?
They should just never give up hoping for the best, you know, and never give up trying, because it might take a while, but every day you try, you just get closer and closer and closer, and you'll eventually be there. And you just have to pray on that stuff. You ain't gotta get away. If you have the intelligence to see that something is bad for you and negative, you're ending up in jail or whatever. People around you, you get signs for a reason. You see what's happening before, and you have to eliminate yourself from that situation, take yourself out of that equation. But you just gotta keep trying, man. Just, one day it's gonna be there. You just gotta keep going. It's not on our time,
Okay. And my last question for you is, where do you see yourself, say, 5 years from now? Where do you want to be with your career?
5 years from now, I see myself doing the same thing, just a whole lot more of it. But I've gotten into some screenwriting. Me and my partner, we've just completed a screenplay.
Wow.
That we just had options that we wrote for ourselves to star in. So if that happens the way that we hope it does, I think that we're gonna get into some of that too. Start a film production company maybe, and start making a few movies and maybe some TV shows, some sitcoms, whatever. We have a lot of funny ideas. People around us are they're crazy. So it's like we can make a movie about everybody I know. It's like, and you would never believe that these people are real. But
now, we didn't talk too much about the acting, but I heard you last night talking about you were going to shoot a movie.
Yeah, this is an internet movie from my friend. It's a zany little comedy thing. It's dark. It's about a superhero. It's kind of like some South Park kind of humor. It's really offensive and stuff. So
Okay.
I was just doing a little part for my friend. A couple of my buddies went down there to fill in for this thing. It's gonna be on the internet. I guess once a month. It's like a show on the internet, and you download it but it's hilarious. And this kid is really talented, Sam Macaron. funny guy. Does a lot of videos and stuff.
Okay, great.
Gifted.
I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more from you in the future in terms of your music and your acting and modeling career. And I'd like to thank you for joining us today.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Too.
Now there's an inspiring young man who's definitely going places. We're going to have him back on the show in the future for an update. Now in just a moment, you're going to have an opportunity to hear a little bit more of his music as we close the show with a piece that he wrote, produced, and performs. But before we go, I'd like to encourage you to join us for future editions of On the Positive Side as we feature more dynamic young people doing great things in life. Once again, I'm ZaLonya Allen from Positively Speaking, and we want you to go out there and soar to your greatness. Thanks for watching.
Dear Lord, I ain't ready for the end. I put that on my family and my friends. Living lavish, took for granted. Time to spend on my knees, begging God to help me. Chasing Satan's temptations of being wealthy. And plus, I ain't held. The category is purgatory. By definition, a never-ending story. Way too hectic to bore me. Got this whole world trying to throw me. Ex-fiancés and phony homies, both reasons why I'm living lonely. And it's the only life that I know. A couple mil of paper, right? That's all I'm asking for. While shedding tears for all my peers and then got blasted for dough. It's in the plan, but I don't understand, yo. When it's my time to go, could you let me know a day before so I can call my people on the phone, apologize for wrong, and tell them what I did it for? Would've done it different if I knew this all year ago. Alive through the music, still calls in the video.
Lord, 'cause I ain't ready yet to come back home. I'm calling on you, Lord.